Happy snowy Saturday. This is your girl, Marilyn Monroe, with
Yeah.
SwagHer Sisterhood Spotlight. Today, yes, I'm sure wherever you are, it might have snow like here in South Carolina. The surprising snow, I should say. But yeah, I'm excited because I love snow, but I'm excited for this episode, this segment, this spotlight today because it's with a new, no longer stranger, um, good friend of mine, sister girl of mine. She is a dynamic leader, a mentor, a visionary who leads with purpose, passion, and so many different meaningful ways. She is the founder of No Longer Strangers LLC. She's created a
Okay.
platform and a movement rooted in connection, growth, and turning strangers into lasting bonds, supportive friendships, and relationships. This is exactly what we in community needs. And I'm so proud and I'm so honored to have Dr. Shawnee Ward onto the spotlight today.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much. Thank you so much. Good
Yes,
morning.
thank
It's
you.
snowing.
Yes, it is.
It's snowing.
It is. I'm glad you're excited about it. I love it. So yeah.
I actually went out earlier and did a little video. I'm like, okay, it's actually snowing. So
Awesome. So how would you like me to address Dr. Shawnee?
you do what feels comfortable for you.
Doc my doctor
There you
sister.
go. Your
So
doctor
that's what I
sister.
call you.
That's
Yes.
what you call me, right?
So
Right.
that's what I
That's
call her.
that's
I'm
fine.
excited.
That's
So,
fine.
one of my questions to you, and this is my first core question that I ask
Okay.
everyone that comes on to the segment, is what is sisterhood to you?
When I think about sisterhood, the first thing I think now, right,
Hmm.
is there's layers to sisterhood, right? Uh, it- for me, it means showing up authentically, showing up open,
Hmm.
connecting with people, women with purpose,
Yes.
um, women with alignment. And I
Yes.
didn't always see the word sisterhood like I do now because it
Hmm.
is an internal feeling that you get. You know, we want to be honest, we want to grow, we want to encourage, we want to empower from a place that is authentic and real, right?
Yes.
And before this No Longer Strangers journey, I think it was just a word, but now it
Mm,
has so much meaning to me.
mm,
Um, it has layers that's been uncovered along the way for me. And I'm like,
yeah.
wow. Wow.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I can tell you are definitely a woman of your work and word because I have Nadine, Monique, Tracy, Patrice, Sarah, uh, Miss Barr. I mean, there's
Oh, the
so many
girls are
people.
on.
They are
The
like
women that no longer
representing.
strangers are on.
They are represented. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you are following Swag Her on all social media platforms. But yes, you are definitely a woman of your work and word because I could see the support that you have, and they're all when they come in, they're saying, I'm here." So they are here and
Yeah.
showing the sisterhood support that we should show. So thank you all for tuning in. That is such an amazing that's such an amazing turnout that you guys are just representing for my doctor sister. So yeah, thank you so
This is
much.
no longer strangers in movement. Okay, we're in
Love it.
motion this morning, and thank you
Amen.
so much for having me on to talk about the journey of no longer strangers.
And that's
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
And that's the next topic, the journey.
Okay.
Let's discuss the journey. Let's discuss what before, like pre no longer strangers. What
Hmm.
was Dr. Shawnee's you know, uh community like and what led you up to finding a need to create no longer strangers?
So I've always been connected to women. I've always had strong relationships with women. Um, and in 2019, I've always been a social media well, not always, but for a long time, I've had a presence on social media. I've had footprints on social media. Um, And in 2019, I saw a national movement of women all over the world. They had their friend groups, their girl groups, and they had these tulle skirts on, and they were making videos. And I
Mhm.
can remember it like yesterday. I remember posting on social media. I shared one of the videos, and I was like, "This is beautiful. I would love to do it." Not knowing that other people wanted to do it too. And so I had 9 women who said, "Oh, if you plan it, I'll come." And we went into motion. We got the t-shirts made. I had a videographer.
Mm.
It was just everything. I did not know who we would become. It was
Mm.
just, I saw this national movement, and I was like, it was happening in Hawaii and other up north and just everywhere. I kept seeing
Yeah.
women get together and have brunch and do activities together, and they all had on these flowing, colorful tulle skirts. So
Mhm.
that's where it started. So 9 of us got together. And we did the whole video because it was all a video. And then afterwards, we walked right across the street to have lunch. And I had never felt everybody had such a great time. It was like, you got to do this again. We got to do this again. We got to do this
Yeah.
again. And I had never felt anything like that before. Um, in my
Mm.
spirit, and I just sat there crying. They was like, "Well, what's wrong? What's happening?" And I said, it's gonna happen again." And in
Mm.
December, we went from 9 women to 43 women.
Woo.
Um, Still not knowing what the journey was about, but I knew that there was another time. This time we were, in a venue. We had designed these t-shirts, and we had a speaker and food, and we had a photographer.
Okay.
And we kept going, because it kept moving, even in the pandemic.
Hmm.
The pandemic started in 2020, and we had planned to do a rebirth of the tulle skirts. And so, again, we go to Greenville,
Mhm.
and all of these women are there in their tulle skirts and their masks because the pandemic had started. It was May 2020.
Okay.
And we have just evolved so much. I was sitting at my work desk. Now, I'm also pursuing my PhD during this time, right? And so, but this vision just wouldn't turn me loose.
Mm.
It would wake me up at night with ideas and all of that. I would cry. I would be nervous. I didn't know if I really was called to do it,
Yeah.
but I was doing it. You know how sometimes you have a vision, but you question the vision, even though the vision keeps pulling you forward? I went
Yeah.
through that for a very long time. And so we continued, and I was sitting at my desk in 2022. I'm a doctor now, and that feeling, okay, you have to trademark this.
Yes.
You have to trademark this. Prior to that, I had already made these circles on a paper and scribbled something. I had a friend who knew an artist, and he had created it. So we had already started wearing the No Longer Strangers t-shirts in different
Yeah.
colors, right? But it was not branded. The name wasn't branded. The logo wasn't branded. And in 2022, April 14th of 2022, we became an official brand,
Mm.
right? We became an LLC, and we have grown so much as a community, but I have grown personally and individually. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
people see, a lot of times people may see the glitz and the glam and but it is hard on the back end, right?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of nights I've cried, a lot of days I've cried, a lot of days I've questioned, am I making impact? Is this what God would have me to do? And as time has gone by, I will tell you, Marilyn, that as time has gone by, we have always been organic. We've always been an organic community. I never understood why God really told me, and I was, I started not to do it, that you can't invite anybody. And I was like,
Mm.
well, that makes no sense, because if I
Right.
don't invite people, how are we going to fill the room?
That's right. How you gonna grow?
But I will tell you, I never invited people, because I've had other small businesses along the way. I knew how to market, right? And so
Okay.
I would talk about No Longer Strangers. I would talk about who we are. Pansy Alexander was with me from the beginning. Also, Lily Washington, if she's on here, she was with me in the beginning. They were they were those first women who said, "If you plan it, I'll do it." And they came,
Wow.
and they've been a part of the process with me. And I remember saying, "This doesn't make sense, because if I can't invite anybody, the intention." And I didn't know this until years later, was for God to move the hearts of women who were ready.
That's right.
And all I needed to do was talk about it. I needed to show up in it. I needed to be
Yes.
authentic. I needed to market it. And the word would get out
Yes.
organically. And this is how women that I had never met before, and
Mm.
still to this day, in December, we had Project 12, 13 new women came to No Longer Strangers for the first time. And I always say, this is God's business. And
Amen.
to have people travel from other states that have never met me,
Mm.
but they follow me on social media, and they say, I'm coming when the promotion goes out or the next project, they'll hit me and say, I'm coming, let me know how to register. They register and they show up. And I begin to understand why it was important for me not to follow the mandate. And that was, you can't invite anybody. You can
That's
tell people, because when God invites them, everybody that's supposed to be there will be there.
amen. You're right.
And I had to learn that, and it troubled me. I did not understand it, but as time went on,
That's right.
it all made sense.
It makes total sense. You build and the right ones will come. And that's biblical. That started back first book. So absolutely. That
So I
is
have
that
sisters who came organically that had never met me before, and we have connected authentically. And I can call them my sisters. I can call them my sisters.
so some more of your sisters have represented. I have Kim, Retta, Yvette,
Oh, look at the ladies.
Niecy.
Hey,
Nadine
y'all.
is representing. Lily said, my beautiful doctor sister.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, Miranda, my green eyes, my other 1/3 of my podcast Culture Club. She's on here as well.
Hello,
You definitely
hello.
have so much love, and like I said, it shows. And I have Miss Barr again. She said amen. So that is a beautiful like story of the journey.
Mm,
Um, how did you come up with the name? I mean, like, of course, the name says itself, but
mm.
like, no longer strangers. Like, what made that? Like, what create that ring to it for you to know that's it?
I remember, because when you're in development stage, you're playing around with different things. But I knew
Yeah.
that I had already experienced women coming that I didn't know,
Hmm.
and now we knew each other, and it felt like we were no longer strangers, and that it's just kind of birthed out.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay. And of course, I looked it up, and I had saw like church women's groups or meetings or
Okay.
whatever, um, that may have they had a program and that's what it was called or whatever, but I didn't see anybody who actually had the name in a business that would had legally
Yeah.
trademarked. So I jumped right in. I'm saying, okay, I knew that the drawing is authentic. Somebody created that. I had bubbles on a paper trying to demonstrate what I was trying to say, and the artist captured it perfectly. And I was like, oh,
Mm,
yeah, I have to trademark this. And I did. It's been a
amazing.
powerful journey. Almost, there are sometimes that words can't describe what we have actually experienced.
Wow. So you're at how many members now?
So when you say members,
Or
because
sisters?
it's because it's organic,
Yes.
I have not tracked the number of people that come. Well, I kind of sort of, but because we're not a membership organization, people come organically. But I can say that from project 2 on, there's
Mm-hmm.
always been 20 plus. There have been women that will register and won't even come. They'll
Mm.
say, I just wanted to register to show support. Just send me a t-shirt, those types of
You're,
things. I've had women who register for them and maybe somebody else. It was like, bless somebody else with a registration. And so if I had to say a number
mm-hmm.
from project 1 to 12, it's been hundreds of women that have been touched along the way, because some people come one time and they may not come again because maybe they've gotten what they needed to get. And then there
Mm-hmm.
are women who come every time.
Mm.
And so I can definitely say we have evolved.
I'd
I
say,
can definitely say we have evolved. We've not only done it here in Columbia, we've done it in Greenville, we've done it in Charlotte, we've been to the Bahamas, you know. Um, And so I'm looking forward to what God will reveal, because when
yeah,
my dad died, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
yeah,
I'm not doing it anymore. But
yeah.
who tells God what to do? Because
No
when
one.
it snatch you out of your sleep
Yes.
and you
And everything
get the
just comes
next
together.
vision,
Hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
it's been powerful.
So through this journey and the growth, development, the impacts you made, have you ever had any days that you had self-doubt
Oh, all the time, all the time.
about those
And
days?
those days have been hard. Those days caused isolation. Those days caused
Mm.
depression, withdrawal. But because the community is so authentic, I
Yeah.
can reach out to someone and say, you know, I'm doubtful. Look, I text people this morning and say, I'm nervous, And they was like, sis, you got this. This is
And you
what you
do.
do.
Yeah.
Um, And so, yes, but it has not stopped me. Even though I've done it 12 times, every time I get so nervous, so unsure, so much doubt, but I pray my way through, I talk my way through, and I keep moving.
Amen. That's right. And that's what a leader does. Um, I think the self doubt question is a question I ask everyone that comes on, because I am waiting for the one conversation that someone is to tell me they don't have it, because I want to know all the secrets and tips and how. Because I don't think anyone that's human and imperfect as we are, and
That's right.
always forever learning and developing and getting better, will never have a day of self doubt. So I
Oh
am
yeah.
waiting for that one person to tell me the secret tip of not ever having self doubt. But I love your transparency, being able to share that. And you even saying it aloud. You can say it to
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and you can have these battling
Mm-hmm.
thoughts to yourself. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when you're able to like free yourself from that, you're able to share it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
keep it to yourself. You share it. You mentioned you called, and said, "Hey, I'm a little nervous." That's a great characteristic of a great leader.
I just know that I'm not doing this on an island, right? This is not Dr. Sean's No Longer Strangers. This is our community, right?
That's right.
This is our community where we get to show up, right? We get to show up encouraging, powerful,
Hmm.
honest, authentic, struggling. You know, we get to show up here, you know.
Yes.
Um, it's been an amazing journey, but it has not always been joyful moments. Because for me, when that doubt and I'm unsure and stuff,
Yeah.
Marilyn, is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because most of the times I present very confident.
Yes.
And so the hit of self doubt is hard.
Yes.
It's not like a tap, you
Yes.
know,
It's like a punch,
it's
a
a
gut
punch.
punch.
It's
Hmm.
a punch. And this
Yes.
community helps me stay alive, and the support and the camaraderie and the ideas and the it's just been amazing. Like sometimes it's hard to put in words. You have to like experience it for yourself. And I
Yes.
share that sometimes on social media. Sometimes I try to talk about what it's like to be involved in a project. And I'll
Yes.
say some things you can't put into words. You just have to experience it.
You
So
have to endure it and just go
yeah,
through it.
yeah.
So, your SwagHer is a magazine, a national magazine, and it's designed and created, which I love. I always say this is my favorite tagline and motto. It's designed for the intentional woman who keeps it real,
Mhm.
right? That
Mhm.
is their motto. And
Mhm.
it's everyone doesn't fit that category, first of all. But the women that do gets it, they get it.
Right.
What is your intentional impact with No Longer Strangers?
The intentional impact is that women who encounter this experience walk away understanding
Mm.
that there's a community of women who love them, who support them, who encourage them, that they are not alone. And as a result of the experience, we're no longer strangers. And there are people sometimes that I miss seeing, maybe socially or, on platforms. I'll reach out to them and say, hey, is everything okay? I haven't seen you. And they may share what's going on, or I'm glad you said something that meant a lot to me. And I know I'm not the only one that's doing that. Other people are doing that within the community as well. And we're intentional about it.
Yeah.
I've been that woman who felt all alone. Although I knew I wasn't alone,
Yeah.
I felt alone. And so being intentional about supporting and connecting in a way where people don't feel like they're strangers. I've been in the room, big room, lots of people, and felt like knew everybody in the room, but felt like a
Uh-huh.
stranger.
I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have newbies that came has logged in. We have
Okay.
Sarah. She is here. We have Sherry, my Sherry Amore. That is our connecting person that
Yes.
introduced us.
Yes.
She's on, and
Yes.
we have Tanya or Tanya. If I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. Mrs. Moore is on. Your, I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing that they show up and show out totally for the sake of no longer being strangers, the love of
Mhm.
you, um, and just the fact that they want to support. And this is amazing. So anyone that's here on that's tuned in today, if you are interested in possibly knowing or wanting to share your story, business, brand, please inbox me. I would love to also spotlight you. But I just want to thank you all for tuning in for my doctor sister. She is she's I always call her that. She is so amazing. Um, so let's look ahead. Let's
Okay.
look to the future. What
Okay.
is next for No Longer Strangers? What is next for Dr. Shawnee Ward?
Okay, so let's see if I can roll this out, right? And so when the No Longer Strangers brand was created, once we legalized, once we set the foundation and created the brand legally, there's
Yes.
different arms to the No Longer Strangers brand. Rather than create different foundations and organizations for everything that I do, everything falls under one. And so not only do we have apparel and bracelets and all of that, we also, another arm is I'm a researcher and my research was on compassion fatigue. And so I'm also a presenter, facilitator of that information, bringing awareness to our communities about the need to rest. Even if you've
Mhm.
been called to develop, to bring people together, to do spotlights, to work in a magazine, to care for your parents, care for your children, whatever,
Yes, ma'am.
right? There
Yes.
is historically women have been not just women, but my focus is on women, mostly
Mhm.
women have been taught that we just keep going and going and going and going.
Yes.
And we take care of this and that and this and that, and we carry it all. And we're totally depleted carrying it all. And so that arm is about compassion fatigue and resting to replenish, and that rest is a requirement. It's not earned.
That's
Not
right.
a good night's sleep, but I'm talking about resting, stillness. It's okay if the laundry's piling up. It's okay, having to unlearn what a lot of us have been taught
Yes.
generation after generation after generation, and finding our place where it's okay to rest,
Yes.
right?
You're
It's okay
speaking
to
to
be
me. You're
still.
speaking to me.
Okay.
You're speaking to me. Yes.
It's okay to be still. It's okay to pause.
Mhm.
Um, and we don't have to feel guilty about the pause. So
Yes.
that's an arm of No Longer Strangers brand as well. I am a grant writer. When the turn of the economy and our new administration happened, I'm not as focused in that area now because the funding has drawn up so much.
Yeah.
Um, but I still do consults with people who reach out to me and say, "Hey, I really want to talk to you about strategy and making sure I'm aligned and I'm eligible for funding if the funding does occur."
Okay.
And as we look forward, I have some things that I I think I've been avoiding for a very long time because it just seems like writing a book is a trend,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm a trendsetter, not a trend. Okay. And so I've been avoiding that. I don't really want to do that. And I'm trying to really pray through what can it look like outside of a book,
That's right.
right? And so I don't have the clear vision of it yet, but I know that that's going to be somehow a part of the future of No Longer Strangers. And then, of course, we have Project 13. And Project 13 is July 25th, right? It's going to be here in Columbia. I hadn't even said, look, I like that little thing.
Round of applause.
I haven't even put out the save the date, but it's already in motion. The venue is secured. Some of the pieces that it takes to bring this experience together already secured. And I know that it was a God thing because
Yes.
it's in July, you know?
Yes.
Um,
That's the
our
best
dates,
month, though. That's the best
huh?
month. July is the best month.
Okay.
It's my birthday.
Is that your birthday month?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. So we usually do events February, July, and December. And of course, we did a Wrapped in Worth celebration in December. That was in the red. That was absolutely amazing. And because I am intentional, to bring an experience in February was a lot. And I had to
Yeah.
be okay with physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I just could not.
Yeah.
I have done it in the past, but my life is different now. You know what I mean? And so I had to acknowledge that. I let the community know. But baby, we are back in July.
Mm.
Okay, we are
So
back
good.
in July.
So
um, Go ahead,
you
because I'm a
mentioned
talker. I'll
it's not,
chat
and
you
that's and me
up.
too. So you mentioned about like how would it look to not write a book? Actually, you
Hmm.
know what it sounds like, Dr. Sister? You are writing a book. Each each sister, no longer strangers. That is your book title. Each sister that attends is a chapter in your
Oh,
book. You are the
oh,
author of
oh,
the book.
oh,
The book it will be for, and you have a most creative book because your book, like you said, is not a book that people could just pick up and read, and it has a beginning and an end.
and right,
You have like a list of things and chapter of things that will never
right,
end for
right,
people.
right,
And so these are the lives
right.
you've touched, the lives you've connected, the relationships you built. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks. Um, exactly opposite of what you thought you a book would look like.
Mm-hmm.
You've created it. But I do see and answer this. Have you thought of, have you thought of ministry? Because you minister already. Just saying.
No, I haven't because I believe ministry is a calling, right?
True.
I believe that ministry is a calling. I do know that I've been blessed and gifted by God to have the spirit of exhortation. I do
Yes.
know that. I do
Amen.
know that. Now, I don't downplay that. I do know
Amen.
that. I do know that I am still very much a work in progress. And so I don't know what God will unfold, but I will
That's right.
follow because He's given me evidence in my life already that if you follow,
That's right.
right, I'll stretch you and give you things that you never imagined would be
Yes.
possible. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm glad that we're connected. I really appreciate Sherry for connecting us. I jumped on to support Sherry, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because she was coming to be our beauty consultant at Project 12. And she told me about it, and I jumped on, and I had an amazing time. I was chatting up and writing,
You
I
were?
was connecting. And from there, I began to follow SwagHer, and then we connected by
Yes.
phone and then in person. I was like, that's the kind of organic
Yes.
sisterhood building that I've experienced over and over and over. And I knew that it wasn't just by happenstance that we connected.
That's right. That's right. And Sherry said she loves us both. We love you more.
Love you
Like,
too,
Terry,
Sherry.
you're amazing. Like, you are
I
amazing.
can't. I cannot wait to read the comments. I see. I can't see it. I see
Wait.
them typing, but
Mhm.
they comment. Sarah McClan. So
Everybody. Yes,
my
everybody.
well
Retta said,
God
we
reminded
love
to
you,
me.
Dr. Shawnee. I mean, everybody loves my sister, Dr. Sister. Everybody loves you.
I love them too. I love them too, and I pray that they feel it, they know it, and that I make those connections
Yeah,
intentionally. You know.
that's right.
So
That's right. So let everyone know in closing, where could we find Dr. Shawnee Ward as well as No Longer Strangers LLC on social media, or if you have any other contacts or things like
okay.
that?
So on Facebook, we No Longer Strangers has a Facebook page, No Longer Strangers LLC. We also have a website, No Longer Strangers, that's with an S.net. And there you can find a lot of information about the projects,
Mhm.
pictures, our merchandise, Compassion for Tea. You can find all of that on our website. And if you go to our website, No Longer Strangers with an S.net, it's going to ask you to stay connected with us. I've started to put out these broadcasts, these messages to the community, and I'm getting better with it. So make sure you connect that way. Make sure you connect that way as well. And then on my personal page, Sean Ward, I also share events for No Longer Strangers. I talk about Compassion for Tea, but there I'm on TikTok, but not as much as No Longer Strangers as well. I'm not sure how long that platform is going to be a platform that I really use, but you can
Yeah.
definitely find me. Sean Ward on Facebook, No Longer Strangers LLC on Facebook, and our website, No Longer Strangers with an S.net.
Awesome. Wow. Any closing words, shout outs, anything you would like to say before we wrap this up?
Well, one, I want to thank you for spotlighting me. When you contacted me, I was like, what? So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for all the women who are in the comments, who are part of the community. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in July. Um, and I just thank God for the vision. I thank God for the vision and all the women that we have yet to touch,
That's right.
right? All the
I,
things that are coming. And thank you for sharing with me that I'm already writing the book.
you are.
And it's not in a traditional way.
That's that part.
And I love that.
It's such a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book.
And I had never even thought of it in the way that you described it. And so
Mhm.
thank you so much for that. Thank you for having me. And
Absolutely.
more to come. I just don't know what it all is yet. But
It's
in
all right.
July, we'll be hosting Project 13.
Amazing. Well, I would like to thank you for obliging to come on to share your amazing movement, your impact, and your community. I just want to thank you so much. And, I look forward to other business I can attend and things of that nature. So I'm really excited about that. But for now, I would like in closing to say, I am your girl, Marilyn Monroe, and this is Swag Her Sisterhood Spotlight. If you know anyone that is interested in being spotlighted, shared, and celebrated, please inbox me. I'm here on Facebook at Ty MD Monroe. I would love to hear from you. And always remember, God loves you, and so do I. Happy
Thank you so
Saturday.
much. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.